Welcome to Dollars, Lifestyle, and Charity, a finance podcast for gamers. Romans and I are both money guys, but we're also gamers, so we wanted to put this pod together to help gamers like us with some of their tough money topics that can sometimes feel as hard as a Souls boss.
We're talking budgeting, saving, paying off debt, and how to not fall for all the traps life throws at you.
Grab a health potion and let's start stacking gold IRL. This is DLC, a finance podcast for gamers. Welcome to Dollars, Lifestyle, and Charity, a finance podcast for gamers. I'm Scruffy, this is Romans, and today we are going to be breaking down one way to not be poor in 2026.
Stop being poor.
It's easy. There you go. Episode over. Have a great day.
Hey man, that was easy. All right, what's for lunch? Yeah, so let's get into it. Tell me, Mr. Money Guy, how do I stop being poor? What do I got to do?
Yeah, I think one of the things we've mentioned it before on previous episodes, but one of the easiest ways that you can have your money working for you, having to risk nothing and do absolutely nothing, is to just put money in a high yield savings account instead of in your checking account or in a regular savings account. Because if you have your money just sitting in a savings account, you are actively losing money.
Just a little bit though, right? Like it can't be that much money. It's just a couple bucks, or are we talking thousands?
Depends on the amount, but if you have a decent amount of money and you don't have that in the high yield savings account, you are literally losing thousands of dollars every year.
Well, what's a decent? 10,000, 2,000, 100 bucks. What's that?
I'd say if you have over $10,000, the interest you could get off of a high yield savings account is, yeah, you probably, if you have like, let me think here. I'm trying to do math in my head instead of on a calculator, and it's bothering me because I know I'm not going to give accurate numbers. But if you have over like $12,000, you're probably losing over $1,000 in interest a year off of what you could be making off of a high yield savings account.
I don't know what I would do with $1,000 if I was a gamer, but I would probably use it on gaming. Even though I average $150 a year, I'm a big spender. I spend $150 a year on gaming. Does not include
the true
equipment.
whale of the gaming community. Does not include equipment, and that's where he's actually the whale.
Yeah, $10,000 PC. Oh, you don't have one? That's so weird.
Yeah, but everyone who's listening, if you do not have a high yield savings account, by the end of this episode, you'll know what it is, and you'll know why you need to open one ASAP.
Very good, very good. And this is
Roman,
definitely easy money too. Yeah, tell me.
I was gonna say, so what even is a high yield savings account?
So high yield savings is those bank accounts where usually there's a limit, but it's an account where you're supposed to have minimal transactions, at least withdrawals. You can put money in, but you're not really designed to take a lot of. It's not like a checking account where you have daily activity. Usually they limit the transactions to like sometimes under 6, under 10, under 15, some low number of withdrawals. And it's an account that you set aside for short-term needs. It's definitely not your retirement account. And the beauty of it, if you do it the right banks, so the trick to it is, he said high yield savings account, not savings account, because a savings account usually earns 0.01%, and it pretty much is nothing. To be honest with you, think they only add 0.01% so they can say it actually has interest, because 0.01%, you literally have to have $1 million to even see a number amount, and if you're putting $1 million in that account, boy, are you blowing it. So your high yield savings account is supposed to be some small amount. Honestly, it should be your gaming fund, your emergency fund, something that you need in a hot minute. Hopefully you don't use it, but it's there when things go sideways, because that's how life works. Flat tire, unexpected bill you didn't know you had to pay for, a license expired on some kind of software you're using. There's so many random things. Maybe you deserve sushi today because it's Sushi Wednesday at Publix.
That is not an emergency.
Lunch?
Don't listen to Romans on that. No. Yeah, so it's definitely a shorter term account. So this isn't necessarily like Roman said. This isn't your retirement account. This isn't like, oh, I'm saving for a big purchase like 20 years down the road, like buying a house or something like that. Usually, you're going to want to be actually investing that money so that you can get a higher rate of return. But if it's something you're saving up for in like a year, maybe two, this is where this is going to really shine. And for the emergency fund, especially, because for those of you who have experienced emergencies and had to put it on a credit card that you couldn't pay off, you saw the exact reverse of this, where the money that you had to use in an emergency was actively working against you. And the high yield savings account is your chance to do that with your money instead of the credit card company doing it with your money, because you're actually going to get rewarded for saving up for purchases, having the money in an account. And the beauty of it is like for an emergency fund, if you have, a couple $1,000s in there, like let's just say $5,000 in a high yield savings account, you're going to be continuing to build up your fund. It's going to continue to build. And by the end of the year, let me run some numbers real quick because it's going to bother me if I don't. And Romans, you talk while I do that number,
Nope,
please.
we're gonna sit in awkward silence and just wait because it's funny. Uh, yeah. So high yield savings is just such a. It's usually free to open, and you more than likely
Yeah.
will not be opening it at a major bank. More than likely, you'll be opening it at a smart credit union nearby or an online only bank. I use for my business. I use Live Oak Bank. I think is for my businesses, and for personal, there's many options. I even use Amex because I already have an account there, and it's easy to just throw it willy nilly from one side to the other. You have that number? You ready to
Yeah.
wow us? Wow us with
Yeah.
your numbers.
So if you have $5,000 in an account and you're doing literally nothing with that money, every single year you're going to get an additional $200 in your account for doing literally nothing but having that money stashed away for an emergency fund. And if you had that in a regular bank account, you earn the whopping sum of 2 cents. Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm so sad. I'm so sad that a lot of people do that. They have so much money sitting in 0.01%, and
Yeah.
it's literally heartbreaking. It's like, ugh. But hey, at least it's safe.
Yeah. In theory, because on the other flip side of it, this is getting more into like the economics of it, but like if your money's earning 0.01%, not only are you not making money, but your money's not even keeping up with inflation. Like we've all experienced the rising costs, like gamers especially have experienced the rising cost of games cost increasing. PC part price is increasing. Like over the past 5 years, my goodness, look at what GPU costs have done. Every single year, they're more and more expensive. And inflation is continuing to rise. It's at a slightly more manageable place right now, but it's going to continue to rise. So if you're not being very intentional with your savings, you are not only not making progress with your money, but you're actually actively falling behind if you don't have your money in a high yield savings account.
Not to draw hysteria, but computer parts are going to continue to rise. One of the major companies that fought to keep prices low recently has left the gaming industry and will only make parts for AI. So
Hmm.
there's literally gaming companies that are transitioning away from gaming and just going full sending into AI, and then beyond that will be quantum computing, and so it is a tough the as lucrative as gaming is, the folks who make the parts for us to game are not helping us in our hobby, in our joy of gaming. The prices are only going to go up. So you might need this video just to keep your hobby alive long term. If you're not doing this, you may not be able to afford it. And or you do
Yeah.
what we're saying and you have the money there every year to tackle this. So within reason. You
Hmm.
just got to be reasonable with how much you have in that account because there are better ways to invest your money. Do not put $1 million in
Yeah.
a high yield savings account, please. If you
Oh
happen to
my
be
gosh,
well
please
to
no.
do, that is not the conversation we're having today. This is for small, short goals for things you know you want to spend money on within a year. If it's more than a year, you should start questioning things. If it's longer than 2 years, I don't think an let's just say HSA, a high yield savings is definitely not the way. There's other options out there. Talk to Scruffy,
Yeah.
not me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like this is literally what I do for a job is I help people invest their money. So, yeah, I would just say like for instance, if you're planning on saving up and buying a new GPU or you're saving up to buy some sort of new technology, whatever, do that in a high yield savings account because your money's going to go a lot further. If you're, not necessarily, it's not for something for gaming. Like if you're trying to upgrade you, your windows or like buy a roof or something like that, or like you're saving up for some sort of purchase. You're doing yourself a disservice if you're just doing that in your checking account or regular savings account. You're going to get there faster because of the interest in a high yield savings account. And if you don't need to spend all the money, that money is going to continue working for you. So before, as soon as possible, I'm not sure exactly when this is probably going to be dropping the week of the new year, I think. Yeah, I think that's the
Mhm.
pace we're on. So it's the start of 2026. Open up a high yield savings account now. Interest rates are still at a pretty decent level. The Fed's talking about cutting them, which means yield on high yield savings account is going down. They're not going to be paying quite as much as they have been for the past like 3 years. But now is the time to get started and just see if you can do it on make it an automatic thing. Because I mean, for me at least, if I have to think about doing something with my money, chances are I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, and this is
So set something. Go
yeah,
ahead.
no, finish your thought. Go for it. I'm going in another direction.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. If you have to think about doing something with your money, you're probably going to want to keep your money and spend it on something else. So have it automatically come out of your account, and you're going to be shocked at how quickly, even if it's just $50 to $100 a month, how quickly you're going to be able to stack some serious money and see the impact of having a high yield savings account, what it'll actually do for you.
I just want to do a quick disclaimer curveball. If you are currently in heavy credit card debt, this is not a commercial. You need to get out of credit card debt because we're talking about you
Yeah.
earning 3 to 4%, 3.5% to 4+%, or paying the credit card company 25 to 35%, some crazy 18% if you're lucky. This is a numbers game. If you know anything about numbers, 18%, 25%, 35%, all those numbers are bigger than 3.5%. So, if you
Yeah.
are in any bit of credit card debt, you have to stop the bleeding and get out of credit card debt, then proceed to do what we're talking about. So, just a quick caveat because it would not make sense if you had 500 bucks to put it in HSA earning 3.5% when your credit card is charging you 25% for that same $500. That
Yeah.
the difference between 25% and 3.5, there's almost a 20% increase that your credit card is making for every dollar you don't give back to them because you took a loan from your credit card company that to buy Chipotle.
Yeah.
So no more Chipotle. If you're listening to this and you're a credit card debt, no more Chipotle for you until your credit card is gone or we get sponsored by Chipotle and we sell out. So whichever one happens first, do that.
Yeah, it's a really good point because these are how like these big financial companies make their money is they rely on people like us who aren't careful and don't really recognize what the impact of interest is. Like Roman just said, I think that the national average of credit card debt is about 22%. So off of $500, that's over $100 in interest. That $500, you're paying over $100 in interest that year. It's absolutely insane. So this is why people like Dave Ramsey exist. This is why classes like Crown Financial exist because you don't until you see what life is like without paying this interest, you never really truly realize how much money you are losing just because you're not paying attention.
That made me check all my credit cards because I just need to make sure we're good. I can't get hit. I cannot get hit with interest. Um, yeah. So I'm good. Check your credit cards. Don't be in debt. I use credit cards because I like
Yeah.
points. Scruffy does not. And yeah,
Nope.
there you go.
Yeah, like for me, I don't want to run the risk of accidentally not paying one time to the point I will never have a credit card. I'm fairly confident. I mean, don't never say never, but like never. I never plan on having a credit card in my life. And you don't need it. Like there's certainly elements that are nice to it. The points on a credit card are nice. I just don't want to have to run the risk of paying them a single cent of interest because they do not. I get my money. They do not get my money.
Very good. Very good. Uh, yeah. So the gamer saving strategy. Tell me, big boss, make me rich. What do I do? What do I do with my money? Step one.
Yeah. Step one, if you have a goal, like if you're um, trying to buy the new like Steam machine or something like that, we don't know exactly what it's going to cost. It's probably going to cost like $800-900, hopefully. Um, honestly, it probably should cost like 7 or 750, but we'll see. You have your
1100
goal.
is is my official guess, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw an interesting. I don't know if you saw. I think I sent it to you. I saw an interesting video where someone broke down like all the technology, and he said that he expected it to be $800.
That's cool. I hope so. I want
And
you to be
I
right.
really hope so because that would be fantastic, and it'd be really good for the gaming industry. But say your plan is you want to buy a Steam machine next year when it comes out. So set up a timeline for when you want the thing and start putting money in your high yield savings account. Like Roman said, there's a lot of different places you can do it. Most local credit unions will have that available. There's a ton of online only banks that are really, really easy to deposit money into. And you can have that. A lot of local like banks and not necessarily credit unions will have some form of it, whether it's called like a holiday savings account or something like that. Holiday savings accounts are a type of high yield savings account where you can only pull your money out from November to January. So it like forces you to be in that window when you pull money out. But there's a lot of different ways you can do it, and just start automatically putting money in there. And the nice thing about high yield savings accounts is it's not like an end of year transaction that you then get all of your interest. Every single month, you're going to start seeing that interest being paid to you. And even if you just put in $50, you're going to actually see some interest paid to you immediately that first month. And once you do that, next thing you're going to want to do is once you put in your initial, just automate it. Like I said before, if you have to remember to do something, chances are you're not going to do it. Just have an automatic deposit from your account of whatever it is, 50, $100, and then watch your money grow. It's you literally doing nothing except your money sitting there and accumulating, and you're just going to get interest every single month. And then this is the key: stick to your plan. If you plan on buying the Steam machine in July, don't buy it when it comes out in March because I really want it. And this is an amazing deal. Instead of $800, I can get it for $700. I only have $400 saved for it, but I have this amazing deal. Stick with your plan. Like actually buy it when you said you're going to buy it in the first place. Only buy it when the money is there in your account. And then when you are finally get what you want, continue saving for whatever that next thing is. You bought the Steam machine, maybe you want to buy the new Steam VR thing that's going to be coming out. I forget when that is coming out. I'm not a huge VR fan, but the Steam integration does look really interesting with the new VR technology they're going to put in. And then just continue doing that and start actually developing that habit of saving for your purchases and having your money work for you. Do it with the small stuff, and then when bigger things come down later in life, you're going to already have that habit developed, and it will really serve you massively.
Very good. From A to Z, how to make what did you say? $120 off $500 in 1 year. Uh, can
That was
happen.
5,000,
Oh, 5,000.
but
Oh, right. Yeah, out of $5,000, make $120 in 1 year, thanks to Scruffy's HSA, HSY. high yield savings account. I can't do it by the acronym. High yield savings account.
HYSA, which is not as it's too similar to HSA, which is
Yeah,
health savings account, which is a different topic.
totally different.
Not the same thing.
Boring, but very good if you know how to do it right.
Also very helpful. Yeah.
Yeah. There's all these nickel and dime moves you can do. This is a nickel and dime episode. If you're affluent and super rich, you should be doing other stuff. If you're
Yeah.
living paycheck to paycheck, maybe you make less than 50,000. Maybe if you're married with kids, you make less than 100,000. This episode is for you. If you make more than 100,000 and you're single and you don't live in LA or New York, you should be doing other things. But those are all things you can talk to Scruffy about because I'm out of date and not the guy to talk to about that stuff. But I just know that there's definitely stuff you should be doing because I'm definitely doing it. And my goodness, is the interest good? You know, I'm getting
Yeah.
between
Yeah.
I'm at my level, I'm getting somewhere between 8 and 12% on average. Somewhere I would say 10% average, and that is getting 10% of your money back is a good place to be. So
Yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
the
Absolutely.
you
There's
gotta crawl before you start running. So, and if you're not even
yeah.
doing this, you're not even crawling. If you don't have a high yield savings account at any capacity, unless you're Elon Musk or something, you're not doing things right. So
Yeah.
just do it. Build healthy habits. Get financially well to do over a time horizon. Time is your strongest, hardest working employee besides money. Time is your number one employee, and then money is your second employee, and then beyond that, it's what you do to put them to work
Yeah.
and put yourself to work.
If you're currently mismanaging $30,000 a year and all of a sudden you get $100,000 a year, chances are you're going to continue to mismanage $100,000 a year. So build the habits now so that as you become more successful, you get more that you can be responsible with so that you can actually steward it. It's like, we're Romans and I are both Christians. You have the parable of the talents where God gave, or Jesus talks about giving to the different servants according to their ability. And they were, two of them were faithful with it, and the one that wasn't faithful, there was one that wasn't faithful, but they were given according to their talent and their responsibility. It's important to learn how to be diligent, learn how to be disciplined with what you have now. So when you get more, you're faithful with that instead of just mismanaging more money.
Absolutely, it's easy to do 100 right. It's hard to do 100,000 right. So do 100 right, you can do 100,000 right. Good, all good things. And practice makes perfect. If this is all new to you and you've never done any of this, this is very much a baseline episode. But step one is get credit card debt free. None of this matters.
Yeah.
If you're
Yeah.
paying any credit card interest, literally this episode does not matter. Um,
Yeah. And if you have if that's where you're at and you don't know how to move forward, get started, that's what I'm here for. In the episode description, there's a link to my Discord and to my email. So if you have any questions about where you're at, what the next steps are, how you can start making progress forward, reach out to me and I'd be happy to help.
and I will be in LA meeting celebrities. So you do you.
We're basically the same, guys. Basically the same.
Someone someone has to be that do the hard work and meet people. Yeah, it's tough.
All right. Well, on that note, thank you all for coming. Hope you make sure to remember what we talked about. Open a high yield savings, get started, and we will see you next time. This has been Dollars, Lifestyle, and Charity, a finance podcast for gamers. We'll see ya.
Bye.